Yo, what up, guys? I want to do another review here for another Scream Factory title I was really excited for. Uh, Even more excited than Candyman, believe it or not, just because I've seen Candyman so many times, it's crazy. But this one I only remember, I had it on VHS way back in the day. Hollywood Video was like going out of business years and years and years ago, and I remember picking it up on VHS, and I watched it once, and I remember loving it, but it had been years and years. And I'm really satisfied with the Blu-ray release of this. Actually, I loved it. Watching it again, it's I think it's one of the stronger slashers to come out in the 2000s, because this was like after the Scream boom. So this is when all those proto slashers were coming out in the 2000s, and this is done by Jamie Blanks, who directed I Know What You Did Last Summer. He also directed Valentine, which is coming out from Scream Factory 2, which I'm really excited for. So this dude knows what he's doing with a lot of these teen slasher movies. But essentially, this movie, it's a slasher, like I said, but it takes place in a college, and there's a class of urban legends and all that, which Robert Englund is the teacher to, which is really badass. And these students, they're getting picked off one by one in urban legend kind of set pieces. Kind of the killer is kind of killing them the way urban legends are. So someone will die. Like there's an urban legend of like gang initiations where if you put your brights onto a person driving, that they'll come kill you because you shine their brights at them, and it's like a gang initiation. There's like aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? Urban legend is incorporated into the kill and all that. So it's a really interesting kind of setup. The deaths are really interesting. The look of the killer is kind of different. He has this big ass snow coat and the axe, really cool. And the first time I did watch it, I did not know who the killer was, and yeah, so it does a really good job, in my opinion, at least for me. It kept me guessing, and I love it when a slasher actually surprises me with who the killer is. So big props on that. I don't really hear about this movie get talked about that much. I feel like it needs more love than it gets. I hope this movie sells really well, and its sequel, which I did pick up the Scream Factory version of the sequel, at least the same day. So I will watch that and have a review of that this week. But yeah. There's a whole lot of horror actors in this. Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky's in the beginning, with one of the coolest pieces of There's Someone in Your Back Seat segment there. So that's pretty cool. Jared Leto, real young. This is before American Psycho, and this may have been before, maybe not, but I feel like this was before Requiem for a Dream, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know off the rip what the year was of that movie. But Alicia Witt's in it, Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5. There's just a lot of good actors in this. Alicia Witt kind of makes an interesting heroine in this movie. She's kind of likable, but she's kind of annoying too. She's just not your typical Scream Queen kind of leading lady here. Tara Reid's also in this. And this is back when Tara Reid was still pretty hot. And Rebecca Gayhart's in it, and she was really hot in this time period too. Now, the movie to me is like it's not as classic as Scream, but it's second tier to that. It's better than Valentine, I think. It's better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's better than a lot of those. I think this is the second best compared to Scream. But the transfer, they did a really good job with it. There's a lot of scenes with like rain and stuff like that, and outside scenes that look really good. And this movie primarily takes place at like nighttime, so the blacks are real good and everything. I was really surprised at how good this transfer was. Loved the transfer, actually. And I normally don't make a big deal to point out how good a transfer is unless I think the transfer is like top notch, and this is definitely top notch. Yeah, it's really good. Now, special features, Disc 1, brand new audio commentary with director Jamie Blanks, and the producers, audio commentary with Jamie Blanks, and the writer and actor Michael Rosenbaum, who he's actually the comical relief. He's pretty cool in it. In a theatrical trailer, and Disc 2, which is, to me, this is what makes this whole package worth it. Disc 2 has a new feature-length documentary on the making of Urban Legend, featuring interviews with everybody: Jamie Blanks, Rebecca Gayhart, Tara Reid, Robert Englund, Danielle Harris, and a ton of cool, badass stuff. Interviews with everybody you can want, even Alicia Witt. The only thing is, of course, Jared Leto isn't interviewed for this for some reason. And new behind-the-scenes footage and archival making of featurette. So yeah, it has a lot of good features. The documentary alone is worth the ticket price. But yeah, the reverse cover is just the original cover art. So yeah, I definitely give this the highest recommendation. You know, I don't know if it's not going to sell as good as Candyman. I doubt it, but I definitely, if you're going to get Candyman, I definitely recommend getting this one too, because they make a badass double feature, just the whole urban legend vibe. And this is one of my favorite releases of 2018 for sure. I'm really excited to check out the sequel, and that'll be coming next week, or this week or next week, like I said. But the homie BDG Reviews, we're doing a podcast actually on this movie because he picked this up today too. So there will be a podcast coming. What's tomorrow? Friday. So podcast will be live on Saturday or Sunday, the latest. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We're gonna have a good discussion on urban legend. But thanks for watching, peeps. Peace.